One more round at Murphy's Bar. Last call coming, neon buzzing, and another broken heart sitting at Murphy's Bar. Murphy's Bar sits off the highway just outside of Abilene, where truckers, farmers, worn-out cowboys go to drown forgotten dreams. Floorboards creak beneath the dancers, smoke hangs heavy in the light, and old Hank Williams on the jukebox keeps everybody drinking all night. I've had this same stool by the window damn near every Friday now, ever since you packed your suitcase and left this one-horse town. Bartender Joe just shakes his head every time I walk inside. Guess heartbreak becomes familiar when a man stops trying to hide. Every country song tonight feels written just for me. One more round at Murphy's Bar, maybe that'll ease the pain. One more whiskey for the memory still running through my veins. One more round at Murphy's Bar, beneath the neon glow, where lonely hearts keep coming with nowhere else to go. He used to dance beside the jukebox, boot heels sliding across the floor, laughing while the fiddles played till they couldn't play no more. Whole room used to stop and stare, watching you spin beneath the lights. Lord, you could make a rundown bar feel like paradise at night. We talked about buying some farmland, raising kids and settling down, but I kept chasing overtime, trying to make us proud somehow. Funny how a man can lose the very thing he's working for by spending all his time away, walking through another door. Some lessons come too late for stubborn men like me. One more round at Murphy's Bar, still hearing your goodbye. Every lonely fiddle note cuts deeper through the night. One more round at Murphy's Bar, where memories never fade, and every old sad country song feels like a blade. Tonight an old cowboy beside me started talking about his wife. Said, son, don't wait too long to change, you'll regret alone your life. Then he finished off his whiskey, pulled his hat down low, and walked out through the swinging doors into the cold night glow. Funny how complete strangers can speak the hardest truths while sitting in a rundown bar with holes worn through their boots. So maybe when the morning comes, I'll finally hit the road, drive out to where you're living now, and let this pride go. Because love ain't always easy, and people make mistakes, But sometimes hearts deserve another chance before it's too late. And if you slam the door on me, at least I'll finally know I fought for what we had instead of letting go. One more round at Murphy's bar, then maybe I'll head home to the woman I still love, no matter how long she's been gone. One more round at Murphy's bar, as the neon lights grow dim, where broken men keep praying for one more chance again. Glasses softly clinking, fiddle crying slowly, last call echoing through Murphy's bar. Summer wind, gravel roads, and the kind of memories that never leave. Backroads winding through the farmland, pickup trucks beside the creek, kids playing ball behind the schoolyard while church bells ring all week. Friday nights beneath the stadium, whole town packed into the stands, cheering loud for boys in helmets, dreaming bigger than the land. You'd show up wearing faded blue jeans, hair tied loosely in the heat. Lord, every boy in Miller County would stop breathing when you'd speak. But somehow you kept choosing me, that shy kid with calloused hands, who spent more time fixing tractors than trying to understand romance. Funny how the simple days end up meaning the most. Back roads and blue jeans still living in my soul, like old summer nights and country radio. Back roads and blue jeans under southern skies so wide, where young hearts learn how to love and how to dream. Saturday we drive the county line, the windows rolled way down, listen to old country records while sunset hit the town. We'd stop beside the riverbank and talk till stars appeared, about leaving for the city someday and conquering all our fears. But deep inside we both knew the truth we never said. Part of us would always belong to these old roads instead, because there's something about small towns that gets inside your veins. No matter how far off you go, it always calls your name. Some roots grow deeper than people realize. Back roads and blue jeans still shining through the years, like laughter drifting softly through old memories. Back roads and blue jeans, where time moves slow and free, and every little moment felt like eternity. yard looks much smaller. Half the stores downtown are gone. Most of the kids we grew up with packed up and moved along. You teach second grade in Dallas, I haul freight through Arkansas. Two different lives still somehow tied to everything we were. Last month I drove through Miller County, saw your daddy at the store. He smiled and said she asked about you every now and then still, son. And driving back through those old back roads, I suddenly understood some loves never truly leave, even when they should. Maybe life ain't about holding on to every single dream. Maybe it's about remembering how beautiful they seemed. Because those dusty roads and summer nights still warm me when I'm cold, like old songs growing sweeter as the years grow old. Backroads and blue jeans still running through my veins, like southern rain and country songs and old family names. Backroads and blue jeans, forever part of me, like a faded photograph, too precious to leave behind. Crickets softly singing, truck tires humming, another country memory rolling through the night. County fair lights, dust in the air, and one final dance before goodbye. County fair out in Oklahoma, Ferris wheel turning slow, children laughing near the midway while the evening rodeo glowed. Cowboys lined beside the fences, boots covered up in dirt, trying hard to ride 8 seconds, ignoring how much it hurts. I saw you near the ticket window, wearing that blue cotton dress, hair falling softly on your shoulders. Lord, you looked your very best. The band was playing old-time country inside the dance hall down the way, and something in your smile told me this night would forever stay. Some nights arrive quietly and change your whole life. At the last rodeo dance, we held each other tight, like two souls trying desperately to stop the hands of time. Last rodeo dance beneath those county lights, where young hearts believed forever could survive the night. The fiddles cried through smoky air, couples swayed across the floor, boot heels sliding slow in rhythm like they danced there years before. You rested softly on my shoulder while outside the summer wind carried sounds of distant horses and carnival violins. We talked about the future quietly, little kids in western land, building us a life together somewhere simple and unplanned. Back nothing could go wrong. Funny how youth makes promises the heart can't always hold. Some dreams survive only inside memory. At the last rodeo dance, I still see your face turning slowly beneath the lights, full of hope and grace. Last rodeo dance, still burning in my chest like an old country melody I never could forget. Years rolled on like tumbleweeds, blowing somewhere through the plains. Life brought work and distance, and its share of storms and pain. You married someone out in Tulsa, I kept drifting state to state. Two people carried by the winds of timing and of fate. But every summer when the fair returns and the rodeo comes back to town, I find myself outside that dance hall, listening to those old sounds. And for a moment I'm 20 again, holding you beneath the lights, believing love was stronger than the passing years of life. Maybe growing old just means learning how to live with ghosts, not with sadness all the time, but quiet tenderness the most. Because some people leave your life, yet never truly disappear. They keep dancing through your memories, year after year. At the last rodeo dance, you still move through my mind like moonlight on an Oklahoma field, soft and undefined. Last rodeo dance, though the music finally died, part of me is still there holding you on that warm July night. Fiddle softly fading, carnival lights dimming, one last slow dance, gone with the wind. Gone with the wind.
Midnight highway, diesel smoke, and another lonely truck stop glowing in the rain. There's a truck stop off Interstate 40 where the coffee's black and strong, where tired men and worn-out boots try to rest before moving on. Neon buzzing through the darkness, waitresses working double shifts, old jukebox singing country songs about heartbreaks no one fixes. I first saw you near the counter, pouring coffee with tired eyes, hair tied back beneath the fluorescence, like you'd seen too much life.
you smiled and called me honey. Lord, something hit my soul, like warmth inside a freezing man who'd been alone too long. Funny how salvation can walk in wearing an apron. Truckstop angel shining through the night, like a little piece of heaven beneath those neon lights. Truckstop angel still living in my mind, like a warm song on the radio on a cold highway drive. You told me stories about Memphis and dreams you left behind, about marrying too young and running out of time. I talked about endless highways and towns I barely knew, about how lonely life can get when nobody waits for you. Outside rain hit diesel engines like rhythm on old drums, while truckers smoke beneath the awning, watching midnight come undone. And somewhere between the coffee and the record softly playing, two broken strangers found comfort without even saying it. Sometimes lonely souls recognize each other fast. Truckstop angel dancing through my memory, in every roadside diner light across the country. Truckstop angel, your kindness still survives in every dark and empty mile I drive at night. Stayed 3 nights there unexpectedly, longer than I should have done, helping you close up the kitchen, watching sunsets fade to none. And for the first time in forever, I thought about staying still, trading highways for a simple life somewhere beyond the hills. But truckers carry restless hearts like storms beneath their skin, and eventually the road comes calling like it always does again. The morning that I finally left, you kissed me on the cheek and handed me a paper napkin with your number written neat. I still keep that faded napkin folded in my old glove box, like proof that even drifting men can stumble into love. Though I never call that number, Lord knows I wanted to, because some beautiful moments are too fragile to push through. Truckstop angel still glowing in my soul, like headlights cutting through the dark on endless country roads. Truckstop angel, maybe somewhere you still are, pouring coffee for lost travelers beneath those neon stars. Diesel engines rumbling, coffee pouring slowly, another lonely highway rolling through the rain.
Sunday morning, small town sky, church bells ringing across the valley. Sunday sunlight through the curtains, mama humming in the hall, daddy shaving by the mirror, getting ready for the call. Little white church near the river, paint peeling from the walls. But every Sunday morning, Lord, you could hear heaven call. Women wearing floral dresses, children running through the yard, old men talking by the steps about weather, crops, and God. And the choir voices rising through those cracked stained glass windows could make even broken people feel a little less alone. Funny how faith survives in the smallest little towns. Sunday church bells still echo through my soul, like voices from my childhood trying to bring me home. Sunday church bells, soft against the wind, reminding me forgiveness can begin again. Back then life seemed so much simpler, front porch swings in summer rain, neighbors helping neighbors without expecting anything. Miss Clara played the old piano, hands trembling with age, but every hymn she touched somehow still sounded full of grace. Daddy sang the loudest chorus, though he worked 6 days in pain, and Mama closed her eyes while praying like she knew God knew her name. I was young and far too restless, dreaming of a bigger life, never knowing how much peace was hidden there all the time. Sometimes we leave behind the things we need the most. Sunday church bells calling softly through the years, like memories wrapped in music and old unshed tears. Sunday church bells still ringing in my heart, long after the town and people started drifting apart. Church looks older, half the town has moved away. Fields once full of children laughing sit quiet now these days. Daddy's buried by the oak tree, Mama rests beside him there, and every Sunday morning I still feel their presence near. Last month I sat back in that church for the first time in years, listening to those same old hymns while fighting back my tears. And somehow through the singing, all my wandering finally slowed, like those bells that waited patiently to guide this lost boy home. Maybe heaven sounds like church bells floating through a southern breeze. Maybe home is simply somewhere your soul finally finds peace, because some things never leave you, no matter where you roam, like faith and family memories calling you back home. Sunday church bells bells ringing softly, choir fading slowly. Another southern Sunday gone into memory.
Broken Saddle Road, cold wind blowing, highway stretching, and another cowboy rolling from the past. There's a broken saddle hanging inside the cab above my head. Been riding with me 15 years through every road I've led. West Texas skies behind me, Tennessee ahead somewhere, and every lonely mile tonight feels heavier than air. Truck stop coffee keeps me moving, while country songs fill the cab, about old cowboys losing women and things they never get back. Funny how those singers know exactly what to say, like heartbreak sounds the same no matter where you came. Some men settle down, some just keep drifting forever. On that broken saddle road, I keep riding through the pain, trying to outrun memories still falling like the rain. Broken saddle road under endless country skies, where lonely hearts and diesel smoke disappear into the night. Used to wait beside the doorway every time I roll back in, hair blowing through the screen porch light with that smile beneath your grin. Lord, I should have stayed beside you instead of chasing open roads, but freedom gets inside some men till they can't let go. I miss birthdays and Christmas mornings, county fairs and family time. Always somewhere far away, crossing another state line. Then one night your voice went quiet, cold as December snow. You said I can't keep loving a man who's never home. Sometimes the hardest chains are the ones we never see. On that broken saddle road, your ghost rides next to me, in every small town jukebox song and every memory. Broken saddle road, still rolling endlessly, like a cowboy too stubborn to admit what he needs. I parked beside a canyon, moonlight silver on the sand, and for the first time in forever, I finally tried to understand. Maybe running ain't freedom, maybe drifting ain't living, maybe love was the one thing worth staying for all alone. But the road keeps pulling onward like an old familiar tune, and lonely men like me ones who chase the horizon line usually end up old and tired with nothing but regret and time. Lord, I finally know exactly what he meant, sitting here with whiskey and a heart already spent on that broken saddle road. I still hear your voice at night, calling softly through the darkness beneath the pale moonlight. Broken saddle road, someday when my riding's done, I pray there's still a place for me back where my heart belongs. Truck engine humming, fiddle softly crying, another cowboy rolling toward the dawn. Mama's front porch light, Backroads, summer nights, and the porch light Mama always left on. There's an old white house outside of Jackson, down a road of cracked red clay, where Mama used to wave goodbye every time I drove away. Daddy worked the cotton fields till his hands turned rough and warm, while Mama prayed beside the kitchen sink every quiet Sunday morn. We didn't have much money growing up, just enough to get by, but somehow that little farmhouse always felt rich inside. Screen door creaking in the evening, sweet tea sweating in the heat, fireflies dancing through the backyard, barefoot kids out in the street. Funny how the smallest places end up meaning everything. Mama's front porch light still shines inside my mind, like a beacon through the darkness, no matter where I drive. Mama's front porch light calling softly through the years, like love waiting patiently beyond all my fears. I left town chasing big ambitions, bright city dreams and neon signs, certain I was meant for something bigger than that little life. Years rolled past like freight trains, fast and loud and hard, and somewhere in all that noise I drifted far from who we are. Then one cold November morning, my sister called me on the phone, said Mama's health was fading fast and maybe I should come home. So I drove all night through heavy rain, heart pounding in my chest, watching old memories return with every mile out west. Sometimes life reminds you what truly matters most. Mama's front porch light still glowing through the storm, finally see what's right.
When I reached that old farmhouse, the sunrise touched the trees, and there she sat beside the window, looking weak but still at peace. She smiled softly when she saw me, like no time had passed at all. And suddenly I felt like that little boy again, so small. We talked for hours in the kitchen about daddy, life, and God, and every word felt heavier than anything I'd known before. That night before she went to sleep, she held my weathered hand and said, son, no matter where you roam, this will always be your land. Now the porch still glows each evening, though mama's long since gone. And every time I see that light, I know I still belong. Because some loves never leave you, even after people go. They live in little things, like porch lights shining slow. Mama's front porch light still burning in my soul, like an old country hymn trying to make me whole. Mama's front porch light guiding me through life, and someday when my road is done, I'll follow that light home. Crickets softly singing, front porch rocking chair, one warm southern light still waiting there.
Saturday night, small town lights, and another lonely heart drinking by the river. There's a little town near Whiskey River where the trains still roll at night. Old men sit outside the general store beneath the courthouse light. Farmers gather down at Murphy's every Friday after work, talking football, weather, hard times, and everything that hurts. I used to walk in there beside you, your hand wrapped around my arm. Lord, you could light up every corner with that country girl charm. But now I sit here by myself, listening to the jukebox cry, while another glass of whiskey helps the night roll by. This old town remembers everything, even when people try to forget. Down in Whiskey River County, your memory still runs free, like the river rolling endlessly through the heart of me. Whiskey River County still keeps your ghost around in every bar and gravel road and every lonely sound. Your daddy worked the cattle auctions, hands rough as Tennessee stone. Your mama sang old gospel hymns while supper cooked at home. We talked about a white porch swing, children running through the yard. Simple dreams come easy when life ain't hit too hard. But I kept chasing overtime and nights away from home. Never saw the distance growing until your heart was gone. Now your picture hangs above my dresser, faded by the years. And every time I look at it, I taste another tear. Funny how a man can lose the best thing he ever had. Down in Whiskey River County, the moon still shines the same, but nothing feels like home no more since you quit saying my name. Whiskey River County, still echoing your voice, and every lonely midnight reminds me of my choice. Last Sunday I drove by your mama's, church bells ringing in the air. Saw another truck parked in the driveway, guess somebody new lives there. I sat a while beside the river, watching muddy water roll, thinking maybe life keeps moving even when hearts don't. But some nights the wind through pine trees sounds exactly like your laugh, and for a second I believe I might still get you back. Maybe heaven lets soul lovers meet somewhere beyond this pain, where broken hearts heal easy and nobody leaves again. Till then I'll keep these memories like old songs in my soul, because loving you was worth every lonely road. Down in Whiskey River County, I still wear the sake with pride, because real love leaves scars that never fully die. Whiskey River County, still flowing through my veins like old country songs in southern rain, and your forgotten name. River keeps rolling, fiddle keeps crying, another country night slowly fading away. Another small town bar, another broken heart, another country song playing too loud. Cowboy boots beneath the counter, beer signs glowing in the dark, bartender wiping dusty glasses like he's done his whole damn life. Old men talking baseball stories, pool balls cracking in the back, while the jukebox keeps on who never came back. I took the stool beside the window, rain sliding down the glass, and somewhere in the middle of that song, you came rushing back. Your red dress under neon lighting, your laughter cutting through the smoke. Funny how a single memory can leave you feeling broke. Every sad song tonight feels like it knows my name. Cowboy boots and empty bars, broken dreams and old guitars, people trying to drink away the ghost inside their hearts. Cowboy boots and empty bars under lonely southern stars, where memories hit harder after midnight in the dark. You used to dance beside the jukebox like nobody else existed there, spinning slowly through the cigarette smoke with moonlight in your hair. We talked about buying farmland far away from city noise, building something simple beyond the world's chaos. But dreams don't always survive the weight of everyday life. Bills and distance and silence can slowly cut like knives. Then one cold October morning, you packed your things and drove away, leaving only quiet rooms and records we used to play. Sometimes love disappears long before goodbye arrives. Cowboy boots and empty bars still tearing me apart. Every melody keeps dragging your memory through my heart. Cowboy boots and empty bars, like scenes from an old guitar song, where lonely people gather, trying to survive till dawn. Now the bartender knows my order before I even sit down. Guess heartbreak becomes familiar in little country towns. Some night strangers start talking about the women they lost, like wounded soldiers comparing scars over whiskey on the rocks. And maybe that's why these old bars survive, because everybody needs a place to sit beside the wreckage and slowly heal with time. Life keeps moving like freight trains, rolling somewhere through the night. And no matter how we fight it, some things never turn out right. Still I'd relive every second, every dance and every kiss, because pain means something mattered. And I'll always believe this. Cowboy boots and empty bars still glowing in my soul, like old country songs, too beautiful to let go. Cowboy boots and empty bars beneath these fading stars, where lonely hearts keep beating, no matter how broken they are. Jukebox humming, rain keeps falling, last call echoes softly
through the bar.
Long roads, old memories, and a sky that never seems to end. Dusty tires rolling slowly down an endless country line. Cornfields swaying in the distance under fading summer light. The radio humming old sad love songs through a speaker cracked with age, while the sunset paints the highway like a photograph that fades. There's a diner near the county line where truckers stop each night. Coffee strong enough to wake the dead, neon glowing white. And every time I pass that place, I still think about your face, laughing softly by the window back when life moved slow within. Funny how a little town can hold your whole heart hostage. On that dusty road to Tennessee, your memory rides with me through the rain and through the night like an old familiar melody. Tennessee, still calling constantly. No matter where I go, part of me never leaves. Your father worked the railroad tracks, hands rough from years of strain. Your mama cooked on Sunday mornings while thunder rolled like trains. We were young and full of dreaming, talking big beneath the stars about California beaches and buying old used cars. But life moves different in small towns. People marry, settle down, while some keep chasing distant lights beyond the county bounds. And I was always one of those too restless to stay still, though leaving came much easier than living with the guilt. Some people find forever, some just keep moving on. On that dusty road to Tennessee, I still hear you calling me in the wind across the farmland and the whisper of the trees. Dusty road to Tennessee, you still live inside my dreams, like summer nights and fireflies and old
watching moonlight touch the farmland while everything stands still. And for a moment I can see us young again beneath the stars, believing love alone was enough to heal our broken hearts. Maybe growing older means understanding what was real, not the dreams we chased forever, but the way those moments felt. Because even after all this time, through every road I roam, part of me still belongs to that little place called home. On that dusty road to Tennessee, your ghost still walks with me through every lonely highway mile and every memory. Dusty road to Tennessee, still shining endlessly, like a porch light in the darkness, guiding me back home. Crickets singing, truck lights fading, another lonely road rolling through the night. Slow dancing strangers, another crowded room, another pair of strangers, pretending not to be lonely. Standing near the bar light, whiskey glass inside your hand, looking like somebody carrying more pain than they had planned. The band was playing slow tonight, soft enough to hear hearts break, while couples move beneath the mirror ball like waves upon a lake. Me for a dance, something shifted in the room, like two tired souls that finally found somewhere to breathe. Sometimes healing starts with one simple touch. We were slow dancing strangers under fading silver lights, trying to forget the sadness waiting outside tonight. Slow dancing strangers, moving softly to the sound of two lonely hearts finally slowing down. Your perfume mixed with cigarette smoke and old records in the air, while city rain kept falling quietly beyond the ballroom stairs. You told me nothing about your past, still somehow I understood the way your eyes avoided mine like damaged people do. But then you smiled for just a moment, and suddenly as midnight drifted by, and for a little while neither of us felt alone. Funny how complete strangers can feel familiar sometimes. We were slow dancing strangers, like the night belonged to us, holding on to something fragile neither wanted to discuss. Oh, slow dancing strangers, while the world kept spinning on, trying to believe some connections can be real. Closing time arrived too quickly. Chairs went up and lights turned bright. Reality returning slowly to reclaim the night. Outside the taxi engines waited, rain reflecting city gold. You pulled your jacket closer tightly against the morning cold. Then you kissed my cheek so softly, I still feel it even now. Before disappearing through the rainfall, like smoke into the crowd. And though I never saw you after, part of you still lingers here, inside the old songs playing late at night with no one near. Maybe not all love stories need forever to be true. Maybe some exist for moments that quietly carry us through. Because sometimes one single evening can remind a broken soul that tenderness still exists in this restless world. Slow dancing strangers, still moving through my mind. Under faded disco lights, frozen somewhere in time. Slow dancing strangers, strangers. Though the music disappeared, your memory still returns whenever midnight draws near. The ballroom empties, rain keeps falling, and somewhere an old record spins for lonely hearts. Midnight again.
Highway lines, desert wind, another summer disappearing behind us. Motel signs glowing through the darkness like little stars beside the road. Cheap cigarettes and coffee steaming places nobody really knows. Your feet resting on the dashboard, Polaroids scattered in the back. Radio humming softly as white lines faded black. Truckstop waitresses kept smiling like they'd seen us pass before. Two young lovers chasing freedom through every roadside door. The air smelled like gasoline, ocean salt and summer rain. And somehow every mile made the world feel far away. Maybe we were running, or maybe just learning how to live. California motel signs burning softly through the night, like promises we made under endless desert skies. California motel signs still flicker in my mind, like old dreams refusing to completely fade with time. One night outside of San Diego, we danced barefoot in the sand, laughing while cheap speakers played songs from some forgotten band. You said the ocean sounded lonely, like it carried every goodbye. And I remember staring quietly at moonlight in your eyes. Morning came too fast beside us, sunlight through the motel blinds. And for a second life felt perfect in the simplest little ways. No rich crowds or shining city, no grand future waiting there. Just your sleepy voice beside me, and warm sunlight in your hair. Funny how the smallest moments stay the longest in your soul. California motel signs floating through the pouring rain. Every memory keeps glowing, though the years have changed. California motel signs, like echoes from another life, calling softly through the darkness every lonely night. Now the highways feel much colder, driving them alone at night. Every town looks like a ghost under faded neon lights. Sometimes I still stop at diners just to hear old records play, hoping maybe for a moment time might somehow drift away. And though we finally lost each other like so many lovers do, part of me still rides those highways somewhere next to you. Maybe paradise is temporary, maybe nothing truly stays, but certain roads keep living inside the people that they change. And even if the dream is over, even if the years move fast, some summers stay forever, some memories always last. California motel signs still shine inside my heart, like little pieces of a world that never fully fell apart. California motel signs glowing softly in the dark, leading me back to the person I once was in your arms. new memories.